seems to be okay. Sometimes when I use the pink light, it does this lines thing. I really hope it's not doing that now. Hello there, welcome back to The Closet Historian and back to my closet curation project. Today I have to go through all of my tops and all of my dresses, which are both very large categories in my wardrobe, so we better go ahead and get started. That's right, we're back here on set. I'm wearing the same outfit as last time, even though it's been about a week and a half between when I filmed the first one and when I filmed this. But that's all right, no problemo. All right, so here we begin. Again, we have the section of things I've made down here on the end. It's less this time because I've thrifted a lot of short sleeve tops in my life, and that's what we're doing here. So here are all the ones that I've made kind of more recently. This is my little wrap style top that I've been making here on the channel lately. I do have a whole video showing how I make this style or how I draft and sew this style, and now I do have quite a few of them already. I'm really a huge fan of this pattern now that I have it in my arsenal. I made this blue taffeta version over on Patreon, and it's so fun, that fabric. And then of course there's this iridescent green one with a peplum going on. And here are some evening sort of versions of my all-in-one sleeve button back blouse. It's very like Christmassy sort of taffeta one, and then this striped silk number I actually made here on the channel, but it was a bit of a disaster of a time, so feel free to check that out if you want to see me sort of flail at sewing and fail a little bit. Here's some more of those all-in-one sleeve button-back blouses. Here's one in a gingham, and then I have this batik cotton one that I like to wear in the summertime with a brown skirt, for example. And then I have this gold quilting cotton. It's like a Japanese-inspired print gold metallic quilting cotton from Joann's. But it resulted in such a cute top. Then I have my gathered neckline eyelet blouse that again, also I made here on the channel. And then I have this little moire top that matches the skirt from last time, so I can wear this as an outfit like so. The skirt is actually one side of the fabric and the top is the other side of the fabric, reversed. And here are two more. This one here has like a sort of Tokyo or Hong Kong print. It's a Liberty print fabric. Actually, I bought this while I was studying abroad in England. I bought this fabric at Liberty's. So it is a bit sentimental, and I'll be keeping that one. This one is actually a Gretchen Hirsch fabric from Joann's, I believe. And this is a very cute top, and I really do like it. I made it a long time ago, but I haven't worn it in a while. I don't tend to wear it because it is quite cheerful and girly, so I should probably let it go. We'll see. Here's another Liberty fabric print top. This one has a bit of like a jungle print up close, but it's really hard to match with anything, and it has a square neckline, and I just don't look good in square necklines, so it's gonna go. This olive green top I made a long time ago, and I made it with my old pattern. That's how long ago I made it, so like 5 or 6 years ago. And so it doesn't fit perfectly. The neck comes up a little too high, but I could always go ahead and get in here and lower the neck. And I do really love this chartreusey olive color, so I think I'm gonna keep it. I'll put it in the room to fix. Then I have this star print loose silky top, which is really quite nice with like a wide leg trouser or something, a bit 30s, so we'll keep that one. This actually I let go of the skirt last time, so I will go ahead and let the top go as well. I don't know if I should sell those as a set or individually now that I think about it. I really can't decide about this top. I think, here I'm thinking, well, I should really just keep that, it's quite cute. But I'll change my mind again later. And here is a two-toned silk loose little comfortable top, so I'll keep that one. And then here we start getting into all of the button-down shirts that I have thrifted over the years. Yikes! This one is probably one of my favorite Hawaiian shirts, although I do have a few. This one is 100% silk, and I will be keeping that one. This next one I actually had in my like Etsy favorites list, and then I found this one out shopping, out thrifting, so I bought it while thrifting, and I was like, this seems so familiar to me, and it's because I had one in my favorites list that was the very same. And here I am having a high indecision dance, you know? You gotta have an indecision dance or two. Here's another sort of lightly colored silk button-down blouse. How many do we need? That's right. And here's a cotton one that is just such a 50s dad shirt that I really do want to hang on to it, but it's just not very good with my coloring, so I'm gonna have to let it go, even though I think it's very cute. Then I have these two Hawaiian shirts. Again, rayon Hawaiian shirts. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one and let the other one go, just because I've worn that other one so often that I would hate to be rid of it. And this little sailor print kitschy one, I promised in my thrift video where I thrifted this that I could make it work in a 50s kitschy way, and I think I did. However, it just doesn't fit my style, so it's gonna go. Then this one, I'm really torn about it, but I just really do think it's so cute. You know how I love a dad Hawaiian shirt, and I'm keeping so many, and I really should let this one go, but I'm not going to, so keeping that. Here is another Hawaiian rayon top. Hey! Again, I don't need this many. I bought this to put it in my shop, is what I'm thinking here. But then I tried it on, and I ended up keeping it, and I'm going to still keep it. This one, on the other hand, because I'm keeping that other one, I'm going to let this one go. These are just less my colors. For some reason, as much as I like purple, I don't tend to like wearing it for some reason. These are my most oversized version of this style top. And again, I do like wearing these like tied in the front with jeans for very casual, running to Michael's to get something I forgot, you know, in non-plague times, sort of an outfit. This next top here I actually showed how to style into different outfits last year here on the channel in a video. So that's a fun one as well. I'll link that video in the description. I learned from last time that I kept saying, I'll put that in a card, and then I didn't have enough cards. Here's a little white peasanty top, but this one's too long to tuck into slimmer skirts, so I'm gonna let this one go just because I can only wear it with full skirts, and that's just kind of limiting. There's this silk top here that I just never know if this color works for me. I feel like no, so it's just gonna leave. It's a very nice blouse. Then I have this 3/4 sleeve white peasanty cotton blouse that I really like, and it is a little bit shorter, so I can tuck it in and wear it with pencil skirts or with full skirts, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for summertime. Back with the white shirts, I have a white linen shirt here and a white Swiss dot shirt. I'm going to keep the linen one and let the Swiss dot one go. Then there's this kind of drab silk top that I thrifted, and for some reason I'm thinking about keeping it here just because I love the color gray, but this particular shade of gray isn't very good on me, so we'll see how that goes. Then there's this silk top from Banana Republic from back when I worked there, but it's sleeveless, so I'm not keeping that. Then we have this chiffon tiny flower bow tie blouse, and I do really like this. I've had it since high school, so I've had this top for 15 plus years. It's from Forever 21 originally, and here I'm thinking I'll keep it, but I actually have decided to finally let that one go. It's been in here a very long time. This actually little peasanty blouse is also from when I was in high school and from Forever 21, back then when Forever 21 actually used to make kind of nice clothes. But here's a different peasanty top. The problem with this top is I really like it, and I think it would look so cute with like a black pencil skirt, but the shade of black doesn't match any of my black skirts, so it's really hard to pair. This blouse I just thrifted last year in 2020, one of the very few times I was able to go thrifting in 2020, of course, because it was dangerous. But this is a 100% cotton blouse with really nice cotton lace on it from Laura Ashley, probably from the 70s or 80s, and it's so nice, and it looks so Downton Abbey, so I'm thinking I should probably keep that. But is it really my style? No. Here is a simple cotton button-down shirt in ivory, and here is a simple cotton button-down shirt in ivory, but in silk. So, or a simple button-down shirt in silk and then in cotton. Blech. It's basically the very same thing, just in a different textile, and so I will keep both of them. It's nice to have a cotton one and a silky one. And then here is a silky, sort of safari version of that, and so I will keep that as well because I love a safari blouse. It's a problem of mine. Then I have all these printed rayon tops from back in my days where I used to work in a sewing factory floor, and I didn't want to get my nice vintage ruined, but I still wanted to wear nice-ish things with my jeans at work because I worked in clothing production and I didn't want to get sewing machine oil or other damage to my nice clothes, so I didn't dress in my normal clothes while I was at work. Of course, I haven't had this job for several years now, but I still have all these tops, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of about half of them here and just keep the ones I like the most. For this one is this olive colored one has a very Art Deco print, so I'll go ahead and keep that. And the sleeve is a bit longer, so I'll keep that one. It's kind of how I'm determining. For these are really similar, but I like the olive ones got longer sleeves, and I like that better, so I'll keep that one. Like so. And then these two are actually very Egyptian revival-ish prints. I just really like the prints on them, so I will go ahead and keep both of these. Even though they're not really my colors anymore. In summertime, sure. I don't mind wearing lighter colors, but probably more muted mixed with jewel tone colors. And here I am deciding that the Edwardian blouse doesn't need to live with me. I tried. You know, this is not too bad, right? Let's count them up. Or make a few decisions. What can we decide? This one, you like it a lot, yes, I know. But it just isn't you. Thank you. If it had some black in that print, maybe, but goodbye. All right, more decisions. Again, this just doesn't match my skirts is what I'm thinking. I really like the idea of it, but it's just not black enough, honestly. All right, that's this for now. Okay, yeah, you tried. So for short sleeve tops, I'm going to keep 35 and donate 20 of them. Not too bad, honestly. Not too bad. And now we begin with long sleeved button downs and blouses. Let's go ahead and grab the few of this. Most of these are thrifted or vintage, by the way, a large majority. There are just 2 or 3 here that I've made, including this iridescent linen one and this silk floral blouse that I really love. Ooh, it's just so pretty. This is the purple I like. Perhaps I just like warmer purples on myself. I don't know what that's about. This is a silk top I found out thrifting, and I adore it. I just think it's got the most beautiful colors. Such a pretty silk. And here is my mustard 100% silk bow tie blouse that I found out thrifting. I was super jazzed the day I found that, let me tell you. And here is a green silk blouse, again, I found out thrifting. $2 or $3, it makes it hard to pass up. This is a polyester blouse, but I just really like the print. I just think it would be really cute, like tied over a swimsuit when I'm on vacation, which has not happened since I thrifted this blouse, and rarely does, but you never know, it could. This is a sort of light chambray denim looking silk blouse. It's actually 100% silk. I love finding a silk blouse out thrifting. This actually is a Oleg Cassini one that I bought online. So that is another silk blouse there. And this is a silk blouse again I found out thrifting. I think this was like $3. And here is a cotton ivory blouse. Again, I like to have a silk and a cotton when it comes to ivory or white shirts. And here are the other 2 classic white blouses in this section. I have a wrap front cotton one, and then my rayon 1940s repro blouse from Heyday Vintage, I believe it is. And then I have this peasanty, long sleeve peasanty blouse in a sort of Javanese looking batik print, and it looks so good with the black pencil skirt in summertime. Yes. But now we have to make some decisions about the safari blouse situation. One certainly doesn't need 6 of them, you know? So I'm going to keep these 3 and let these 3 go back to the thrift store, okay? You know? I have a problem because, like, there are a lot of really nice blouses for very cheap prices at the thrift store. However, this one, which is quite cute and very like Agent Carter, it's polyester, so I'm going to let it go. This shirt, I just have those other classic white shirts, and I don't, reach for a white shirt particularly often, so I'm going to let this other one go. This I bought online. I do think it's really cute, but again, it's polyester, and I'm trying my best to root it out of my closet, so it's going to go. Then I have this silk, ivory silk safari-ish blouse, and this is a completely different color, so that obviously means we get to keep it. And then I have this sort of mushroom-toned bow tie blouse that I made many, many years ago, and we'll keep that for now, but things may be happening later. Oh, here's a cheetah print cotton button-down. It's just not very me. This one, I wanted to love it, but it's just too 70s for me with that color combo going on. It just seems a little bit 70s bohemian, and when I let it go. This plaid shirt I got recently, well, a year ago, but I like it and I'll hang on to it. Again, this kind of periwinkle blue colored silk shirt, I just don't love this warmer blue on me, so I never reach for this one, and I'm going to let it go. This is a modern polyester blouse. I'm going to let that one go. Then I have my aunt blouses, as I like to call them. Things that your aunt would wear to your kindergarten graduation. That's what I like to call these blouses. They're very Chicos, but as soon as you tie them in the front, they start looking very Marilyn Monroe. If you've watched any of my older thrift hauls, you've seen these. But do I need one in every color? Probably not. How often do I go for such a pin-uppy look? Not very often. I'm going to go ahead and keep this bright green one, just because, I don't know if you've noticed this about me, I love the color green, so we'll go ahead and keep the green number one of those. And then this bright blue silk blouse, which is another great thrifting find, but I just think this blue, if it was a little bit more muted, I think I would keep it, but it's just so bright, and I am just not so bright. I'm not as fun as, this blouse would imply, although I am keeping this bright yellow one, so, I'm conflicted. And then this one, again, for some reason, cool toned colors like this, or like combinations of like teal and blue and purple, I just don't love for some reason. I want to like them. I do, but just not on me, I guess. And then I remember this red blouse was in the other room, and I really do like this bow blouse. It's so cute. I love the print. I love the style of this blouse. Everything about it, except for the fact that, once again, it is polyester, and therefore just not very breathable and not very comfortable. And I'm having a very hard time not keeping it because it's just so cute. You're letting the poly go. Let the polyester go. You can do it. It is 100% polyester, right? Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, fine. Fine. All right, so for long sleeve tops, I'm going to keep 22 and donate/sell 15. Sorry if it all seems we've been racing through this a little bit, but we did have to get to dresses. And as you can see, this is quite the situation. Now, in contrast to tops, most of these I have made. I've been sewing for over a decade. This is the small bit of ones that are purchased or thrifted. Every single other dress on here I made myself. Handmade by me for me. And that's why it's hard to let them go, because I spent time on them. I had to suffer through doing a zipper. So, they're still with me. But now I'm a little bit overwhelmed because, yikes. And I do love quite a lot of them, so we'll see how this goes. Let's start by grabbing a few favorites, like this brocade dress. This was a brocade again from Gretchen Hirsch's line with Joann's, and I made a little matching bolero, and I sequined and added lace and embellishments. I just sequined the crap out of it, and I love this ensemble. I'm always saying I don't have a lot of cocktail parties to go to, but if I did, I would love to wear that. Or this dress, actually. This is a flocked polyester taffeta, but it's staying because I love that dress. And then here is another polyester dress I'm keeping. This is a striped taffeta dress that I made last year for Halloween. And we all know how I like my stripes. I made that one over on Patreon. Here is a completely sheer black lace dress that I made for the Blade Runner lookbook last year. Haven't gotten to wear it again yet, but I am all about a nice black lace dress and a black moire dress here. This is a very simple little black taffeta cocktail dress, basically. And then this one is my black rayon 1940s dress. It's just a simple little black dress that I can style up or down in so many ways. So I'm going to be keeping that. Again, of course, I'm going to be keeping a lot of the black here because it is my favorite color to wear, including this cotton and roses, like sheer black cotton with roses print dress. I'll be keeping that one. Here's a sort of Liberty print, tiny flowers, cotton summer dress. I'll keep that one. I just made it last year. Then I'll keep this one and this one, which are two different sateen dresses that I made with printed satins from Mood last year in 2020. Again, remember I made 61 items in 2020. It was probably my most successful, productive sewing year of my whole life. So a lot of this actually, I made in 2020, weirdly enough. I'm going to go ahead and keep these two dresses. You all convinced me that you liked this dress on me. At first I wasn't so sure if I liked it, but everyone said I was being silly, and so therefore I will go ahead and keep that floral silk dress, even though it is quite pastel. My hair isn't quite long enough to have it in this bun, but I'm fighting it, Here is my navy blue rayon dress, which is actually the same exact pattern as this patterned one. And man, do I love that tropical dress in summertime. So I'll be keeping that. And of course the solid navy blue version as well. In fact, I'll end up today getting rid of a different navy blue dress in my closet just because I'm thinking if I'm going to wear a navy blue dress, I'll probably wear this one. So, there's that. Trying to root out complete duplicates. Here are two more tropical rayon dresses. This one I love. I mean, like a palm print in a green. Of course I love it. And then there's this one, which is just so colorful. And if you look at my Pinterest board that I'm supposed to be sticking to kind of when I'm thinking about what to keep and what to let go, this doesn't match the rest. But I'm going to keep it anyway because I haven't even gotten to wear it out yet. I made it last year. And of course, most of the things I made last year, I haven't gotten to wear them out of the house yet. Including this, well, actually this plaid dress. This plaid dress was one of the only things from 2020 that actually got a day out. This white eyelet dress is one of my favorites in summer. I'm just going to keep saying that. They're all my favorite, okay? This one is made out of an IKEA duvet fabric. I made that one in 2020 as well. I'm going to be keeping that. And that was, again, another dress that actually did get out of the house because we went on a socially distanced, masked, lower capacity trip to the Botanic Gardens this year, and I got to wear that dress out. Here are two dresses with circle skirts. Very, very similar dresses. I really shouldn't keep this blue floral one because it's just too, 50s, perfect housewife kind of for me, but it's just so cute, so I'm keeping it. Then another striped dress that has been very popular here on the channel. I'll go ahead and keep that one, even though it's rainbow colored, because it'd be a good dress for a Pride Day barbecue, Speaking of Pride Day, here's my Ace dress. It's got Ace of Spades on there. I really do like that dress. And then here's my black and white striped dress, the other favorite striped dress of this channel. My evening gowns I'm actually not sorting through today either, and I am keeping that graphite and black striped evening gown, as well as this circle-skirted Halloween novelty fabric dress. And here are all my gingham dresses, which is a print that's just pretty unavoidable as a vintage gal, and I have 3 of them here. But the question is, do I need to keep 3 gingham dresses? No. So, time to start making some decisions. Which one of these do I want to keep? It's hard to decide. Honestly, out of these, I really should keep the green one. I don't know, I think it's the sharpest. This blue one is out because the neckline is just a little bit lower than I like to wear normally. And this gray one is so cute, and I do like gray. Oh, they're both so cute. Let's hang them up over here for now. Decisions need to be made. Oh, here's a red blouse that I'm not going to keep because it's too bright for me, honestly. But it is silk, so that's nice. But I will keep this dusty blue eyelet dress that I, again, made in 2020. And then here is another dress that I made in 2020. This is geometric print rayon. I made that dress over on my Patreon page. Let's keep that. This is a linen dress that, again, is so colorful and fun, and yet I'm going to keep it anyway. I swear I'm not very fun, is a fun fact about me. Here is a dress that has been in my wardrobe for many, many years, and I made 2 with this exact same pattern. That's one of them. You'll see the other one later. It's actually quite similar to this dress, and I made this dress here on the channel, but I just don't think this is very good with my coloring. I think I like taupe and like tannish brown more than it likes me. So I'm actually going to let this dress go, just because it doesn't look very good with my skin tone, you know? Whereas this dress is extremely riotously colored, but I really do like this dress, so I'm going to keep it. It's so fun. Some dresses are more fun than I am. Maybe it'll bring the fun out in me. Here's a 1920s one-hour dress in a polyester floral. I'll let that one go, as well as this one, which is the same sort of idea. They served me for a little bit, but no longer. I don't really wear 20s things during the daytime. This is another 1920s one-hour style dress with like a slash neck, and I do wear that one kind of often, so I'm thinking about keeping it, but again, it is polyester. Speaking of polyester, here is a lace dress that I made here on the channel. This is actually a poly cotton blend, weirdly enough, or like Lurex cotton blend. So I'll put a card up to that one. And this is actually another 1920s one. We're in the 20s section, okay? Another 20s one hour that I did make here, again, on the channel. Then this is a 20s dress I made a long time ago, but it's just such a good, like, New Year's Eve dress, or it's fun. Again, it's a polyester sparkly fabric, but too good not to keep it. That's the rule on polyester. Do I love it enough to keep it even though it's polyester? That's a good sign. All of these little ones, I'm actually going to end up getting rid of. I love that fern print one, but again, it's just not a very flattering dress, and I need to get rid of it, honestly. I might turn it into something else. And then here is my velvet dress, and like almost this jacket is patterned off of, or like styled after a Japanese Haori jacket. It's obviously like a 1920s version of that, but I do quite like that dress. The last time I wore it was in Paris, so I will go ahead and keep that for the memories alone because I haven't traveled in a long time. And here is a velvet tabard style 1920s dress that again has good memories attached to it, so I will go ahead and keep that one. And actually, this dress was a bridesmaid's dress that I made and wore for one of my friend's weddings. Actually, it's the only wedding I've been in as an adult. But actually, I just don't like sleeveless things, so I'm going to let go of that one. It was one of the parameters for the bridesmaid's dresses is sleeveless and then a dusty blue. Dusty blue, fine. Sleeveless, not my favorite. Here's a little 1920s dress that's made out of a fabric that's just far too stiff to be a 20s dress. This is like a polyester moire. And I really do like this dress, so it's going to be hard to let go. Here's another dress that I made probably 8 or 10 years ago out of Ankara Dutch wax print fabric that I actually bought while I was studying abroad in London. But I just don't feel necessarily right being the one to wear this dress. It just feels a little bit appropriative to me, so I haven't been wearing it. I'm going to let it go so that someone who can wear that dress can, if that makes sense. And this red linen dress I will keep. You've seen that one on the channel. And this dress I just love. It's another gorgeous sateen print from Mood. This one has like really pretty cranes on it. But again, does one need this many black floral sateen dresses? No, but that is my favorite fabric, so what are you gonna do? This is a very novelty Halloween fabric from Joann's in a 1920s one-hour dress format. And I think actually I'm just gonna reuse this fabric for something else. So I'm gonna take it apart and use that fabric for something else. And here is a strappy version of basically the dress I have on, just super loungy t-shirt fabric dress for lounging around the house, honestly. In the summertime, in that case. This is a sateen dress made out of a sateen I designed for my senior collection at university. I was a fashion design student, and therefore I made like a senior design line, and this fabric I designed for that. But I don't necessarily need to wear this dress, but I will hang on to it for that reason. This is a very simple, stretchy cotton jacquard dress that is, again, super comfortable and yet looks chic, so I'm going to hang on to that one. Good if you're planning on eating a bunch, you know. This is another 1920s one-hour dress in a poly chiffon, so it's going to go. Goodbye. It served me well while it lasted. Next up we have this dress, and I love this dress. Oh man, I love the pattern placement on it. I love, honestly, almost everything about it, except for these little sleeves and the fact that it's just a little bit too small for me. And so I haven't been wearing it because I have to like not breathe or eat for a couple of days in order to wear it. So it's time to let go. And here's a sack of a dress instead, which is, if anything, a little bit too big for me, but I need to take in the shoulder a little bit, so I'm going to put this one aside. All right, this is my wrap dress that I wore in my last closet clear out video, I believe, and everyone really liked it, which is very nice of you, thank you. However, this again falls into the category of a dress that is too bright and colorful and fun, possibly for me. So I'm not sure if I'll keep that one. And then this is the same as the brown cotton dress from earlier, like I was saying. These are some lightweight cottons that I picked up on Etsy from India, actually. And they are very fun, and I do like both of these dresses, but I just have so many other dresses to reach for in the summertime that I'm not sure if I need to hang on to these two. Ooh, it's hard to decide though. Again, I really like the pattern placement on that one, around the neckline. This dress, actually the fabric was a Marc Jacobs fabric that I bought on Mood. And I've been looking for this velvet belt for forever. And it was on this hanger the whole time. And I'm really happy to have found that belt. But I just never know if I should keep this dress. It's because it's like a rayon sort of taffeta. So it's kind of an evening fabric, but it feels more like a daytime print. So I have a hard time choosing when to wear it. It'd be great for like a wedding or something, but I just don't have that many friends. So I don't go to a lot of weddings, you know? This green dress, 1940s dress, very cute, or 1940s style dress. I made all of these, but I am going to go ahead and let that one go. Same with this, actually, rayon challis dress as well. A little bit 40s. I love it with my red accessory set like this, but I just have so many summer dresses, so I'm going to let that one go as well. This is another dress that is in this cooler toned taupe that I just don't think looks good with my skin tone, so I'm going to let that one go as well. This is my wisteria rayon print dress, another 1940s rayon style dress, or 1940s style rayon dress. Ooh, I'm getting my words all mixed up. But I'm not actually sure if I'll keep that one, just because, again, I don't reach for it all the time. This is a velvet dress that I made, again, early on in my sewing life, and it's just not the best quality. I like lined it with cotton of all things, and it should have had a rayon lining. So I don't know about keeping this one. This is my white, like 1920s tennis-ish dress that I made last year here on the channel. I will admit that this was not the most successful garment I made last year. It's not the most flattering thing in life, and I just don't wear 1920s day wear really anymore. Like, that's the conclusion I came to after making that video, is that I just don't do 1920s day wear and I need to let go. This is a brocade dress, again, that I made probably 8 or 10 years ago. It's sort of Renaissance inspired, and I just haven't reached for it. Again, it has these little cap sleeves I don't like, so it is out of here. Then weirdly enough, even though this is my favorite dress pattern of mine, and I lusted after this fabric for a long time on Mood, and I made this dress in one of my more successful videos last year, for some reason I just don't love this paisley sateen dress. I don't know what it is. I just don't find it as flattering as the other dress that I have in the same exact print, so I'm thinking about that one. This brocade dress, I again made it a long time ago. I'm just not sure if I want to keep it. But then I tried it on and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna want to keep that, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. Funny enough, the only picture I have of me wearing this dress, I have a very similar hairstyle going on. But I'm gonna keep this one. Again, how many cocktail dresses does a gal need when she doesn't go to cocktail parties? But at least a few, I guess, is the answer. This dress I also made here in 2020 last year on the channel. This was a copy of an 80s does 40s dress, and I actually really like the pattern, or like the dress pattern, and I actually like the print of this dress. I like almost everything about this dress. I'm just not sure I like the sleeves on me, or like where they hit on me. I'm just not sure it's the most flattering thing ever. Again, maybe let me know. What do you think? For some reason, I find this unflattering on me. If you disagree, then maybe I will keep it. Actually, in fact, that stands for any of these dresses. If you think I should save them, let me know. Put in your everyone gets 2 saves. Which ones should I save? And you can't be biased because you want to buy them when I finally list these, okay? But I do, it's like I like this one, but I am on the fence about if it's flattering or not. I'm gonna let it go for now. This is another one of those 1920s velvet tabard style dresses. I've hand sequined the entire edge of this thing, and yet it's a little bit more costumey than my normal stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Then I have this dress, which, this fabric, it's just so pretty. Love it. But I re-trued the hem this year. As you can see in this photo, the hem is out of whack because I hemmed this really quickly without letting it rest so that I could wear it on a trip that I went on. And the hem stretched out, so I had to re-hem it, and it came out kind of short. So now the hem is kind of short, so I think I'm going to let it go. The explanations I come up with. This stripy stretched dress is from ModCloth. One of the only dresses in here. Look, I keep switching this dress back and forth. Oh my goodness. But that stretchy dress is one of the only store-bought dresses I have. But again, it's good for sitting on a train all day or going on an airplane, which are things I haven't done in a very long time, but you never know. One day we could get to travel again and I might need a stretchy but chic dress. This is something that looks so like something your mom wore to your preschool graduation, you know? Again. And yet, I made it work in a more 30s way, so. But its time has come to an end now that I have my bolero suit. I wear that instead. And this dress is from the thrift store. It's a 80s does 40s, or 80s does 50s dress. It's just very 50s. I don't know. I mean, I'm so happy to find it because it just is so 50s. And yet, it's from the 80s and still in really good condition. It was cheap at the thrift store. This is another one from the thrift store. I styled it in a more 40s way. It is a really nice, casual, comfortable dress. But I also have this other polka dot one that I thrift flipped, actually. I shortened the sleeves on this one. And I do quite like that polka dot one, so I'm going to keep this one and let this one go. How many, again, navy and white polka dot dresses does one gal need? Probably one is enough. This dress I thrifted and wore here on the channel once, but I just don't think it's super flattering. I think, again, I like cowl necks more than they like me, so I'm gonna let this one go. Next up, I have this dress that I've been hanging on to for forever. This was a dress I wore in high school. I think I got it on sale. I was like stalking this dress at Anthropologie in their sale rack until it went down to like $19.95, and then I bought it with like my, after school job money. But actually, one of my friends wore that for her senior photo, so I'm gonna ask her if she wants that now, actually, funny enough. She borrowed it from me for her senior picture. So we'll see if she still wants that dress, maybe. Probably would fit her still. Surely would not fit me. I love this magnolia print 1940s rayon woven dress. I've worn this several times. I do reach for it quite often in summer, and yet for some reason I'm thinking about getting rid of it. I don't know, it's just a little bit maybe like soft for me. I like such like harsh black things in reality. Or like black or white. Interestingly enough, I like white dresses in the summertime, and this dress, I just feel like maybe it's a little too, this seems odd, feminine for me maybe, or like a little too cottagecore or something. I don't know what it is, but here I am keeping it, but we'll see later. This sateen dress, another cotton sateen dress with a little bit of stretch, I made inspired by the Peggy Carter, Agent Carter TV show, but I just don't reach for it, so again, I'm going to let it go. It's a nice dress though. Like, I spent my time on that one. And I remember, like, for some reason, drafting that collar was, like, such a headache to me. I couldn't figure it out. Both of these dresses serve as sort of, like, drinking limoncello at, like, a village outside of Florence while you visit, your crush's family olive farm. But, like, that never actually happens to me. So, do I need, like, a drinking Prosecco in Italy dress when I never get to go drink Prosecco in Italy? I don't know. Here I'm thinking I'll keep the lemon one. We'll see how that goes. This dress, I better go just try it on so I can prove to myself that yes, this dress is just too I Love Lucy for me. It's a perfectly good 50s house dress for somebody else, but it's just not my style, honestly, and I'm gonna have to let it go. All right, so I'll put that one over here. Decisions. I just made this polka dot wrap dress last year, and I thought with this like print, it could look very like Dolce & Gabbana. I haven't even gotten to wear it out yet. I think I'm gonna keep it for now. We'll see how that goes. Again, this dress that I just can't make a decision on. It's like I like it, but I just don't wear it enough to keep it. I don't know. This black dress, again, with a 1920s black dress. I think you should let it go. Either that or use this moire fabric for something else, But this dress, again, I just made it last year, and I lusted after this fabric for so long. It's the same exact kind of dress as this green one that I love that you don't see here because it's actually in the laundry, but I will be keeping the green one. But this paisley one, for some reason, it's just not sparking enough joy, so it's gonna have to go, weirdly enough. And this tropical dress, again, maybe I'll try it on because I really do quite like it. I have to make a gingham decision. Which gingham dress do I keep? Oh no, I just don't know. This one, again, is so 50s, and I do kind of prefer 40s to 50s things, really. Or at least I prefer slimmer skirted 50s things. And here's this A-line kind of 40s-ish version. I think I'm going to get rid of that one, is what I'm thinking here, and keep this gray one. But again, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go try this on. I do still think this is quite cute. Oh, I'm tempted to save this one. I think right now it's in the elimination pile. But, it's going to be hard to get rid of. Now that it's funny because like on the day I try it on and I look at it, but now that I see it here on camera, like when I'm editing this video, I'm like, maybe I will keep that. This polka dot dress, I had to be honest with myself and say that I'm going to reach for something else before I ever reach for this, so it's going to go. And then it's like this tropical dress. I'm going to probably wear this tropical dress if I'm going to be wearing a tropical dress, so do I need this one too? Probably not. This is the problem. Like, I just don't need these many duplicates. But here I am putting it back in the save pile for now. I just don't know. I mean, it's too many dresses still. It's just still too many dresses, and goodness knows I plan on making more, so yikes. Overall, for short sleeve dresses, I'm going to keep 48 of them, yikes, and donate or sell 34. And for long sleeve dresses, which I did not bother to bring down because I only owned 9, I'm only going to get rid of one of them. So that was the situation going on there. Sorry I didn't bring those ones down, but you have to understand this was a lot of trips up and down several flights of stairs to bring all this down here, and clothes are kind of heavy, so I was getting exhausted at this point. So the long sleeve dresses, you'll just have to take my word on this one. I only have 8 that I'm keeping. but also suits and blazers I didn't bother bringing down because, again, I know I'm keeping most of them. I am keeping 17 of my suits / blazers. Basically, it's just suiting that I don't always have the matching skirt for, and I'm going to be donating, or rather selling, 3 of them. And then here are the items that I have decided to let go of after review. After reviewing the footage and putting everything back away in my closet, these are the items that I decided actually are going to go, including this 1920s one-hour dress and this 1920s dress, because cowl necks and I like them, and again, they don't like me. It's just the facts of the whole thing. I still love this print though, even though, again, it's polyester. If it's silk, I would totally keep it. This dress, again, I think I'm going to let it go. This one is hard for me. I bet you when it comes time to start measuring and photographing all these items for sale, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up saving this one, honestly, just because looking back on the photos of me in it, I do really like it, but we'll see if I find the strength to let it go. I'll try. This lemon dress I had originally thought I might keep, but I think, going to let it go. Again, I just don't get to aperitif in Italy often, if at all, so I just don't reach for this dress over my other summer dresses enough, so I think I'm going to let it go. And then there's the gray gingham dress, which I've decided is just, again, too sort of leaning towards the like 1950s I Love Lucy side of things. And it's just not where I belong, and so therefore it doesn't belong with me. I'm gonna let go of this nice circle-skirted dress. Oh, it is really cute though. Then this is actually a 1950s dress, one of the very few actually vintage, like true vintage dresses in my wardrobe, but I am going to get rid of it. It's just not the perfect navy dress for me. Again, if I'm going to reach for a navy dress, I'll probably reach for my 1940s rayon one, so I will go ahead and let this one go. My other aperitif dress. I perhaps might wear this one more time and get photos of it for my blog and then let it go, pretty much. Give it a wear, a wash, and then a send off, just because I feel like it deserves to be worn once at least. This dress, again, although a fan favorite here on the channel, I think I am going to let it go. The problem with this dress is I made it so long ago that I wasn't finishing my seams. So inside the fabric, the seams are raw. They haven't frayed that much yet so far, but I don't know if I can feel good about selling that one when it's not fully finished on the inside. So let me know your thoughts on that kind of thing. If I made things that are maybe not to the quality that I would want to make things now, do you still want those to me to make those available, or should I just donate those? Because that's the question, really. And of course, this wisteria dress, like I said, is going as well. This is a brocade 1960s dress, but it's just a little bit too 60s for me, silhouette-wise, so I'm going to let this one go. And then we get to the suits I'm letting go of. This 1940s tan brown suit, it has served me so well. This was actually my first 1940s suit I ever bought. I bought it in person. It fit me perfectly, and I was so surprised, and I've loved this suit. However, honestly, again, it just doesn't go with my coloring. I just don't think this is very flattering on me because of the color. So it's an excellent suit and will serve somebody else with maybe a warmer skin tone better. Another suit I'm going to be letting go of from my closet is this 1950s suit. It's just a later 1950s suit. It's like a late 50s, early 1960s, very Miss Maisel kind of suit. It's just not the right silhouette for me, and I'm going to have to let it go. I have other black suits I wear more. And then there's this 1940s suit jacket, which is just honestly probably one of the best 1940s suit jackets I'm ever likely to see, but I'm never going to lose the 15 pounds that would be required for making this sit perfectly on me. It's always been a little bit too small, and I don't wear it because it's a little bit too small and it pulls a bit, but someone else can wear it and love it and enjoy it. And this is a very nice piece. I actually picked this one up from Fab Gabs, which is a very reputable vintage seller. But I will go ahead and sell this one because it's just not perfect on me. Then this black wool pleated skirt that I kept last time, it's actually just too long and I'm too lazy to hem it, so I'm gonna let go. This skirt, again, I swapped out for the brown one, so I'm gonna let go of this orange one and keep the brown one instead. This purple circle skirt, I've decided I don't reach for it enough. And even though it is a delicious color of purple and a nice full circle skirt, it's just not for me because I just don't reach for it. And that's the plain fact of the matter, So I'm gonna let go of this one. I'm also going to be letting go of this printed round skirt. It just doesn't need to live with me, even though it is cute. And this plaid skirt, which again is very cute, but I just don't know what to wear it with, honestly. And so I can't make enough outfits with this, with what the other things in my wardrobe. I don't have a lot of teal, I don't have a lot of burgundy, and I don't have a lot of gray. So it's hard to make outfits with it, and I'm gonna let it go. I know you're thinking, now this shirt right here matches that skirt that you just let go of. I know, but I'm also gonna let go of this shirt. So there's that. And then also this, again, Forever 21 blouse that I've held on to since high school. I'm gonna finally let go. And this gray shirt that, again, just didn't look very good with my coloring. I think I'm going to let this one go back to the thrift store as well. So my totals after getting everything back up in my closet and reevaluating one last time are as follows. For skirts, I'm going to be keeping 42. Yes, that is still ridiculous. And donating 26 or selling, a combination of both. For tops, I'm going to keep 74. Yikes, and let go of 49. For dresses, I'm going to keep 52 and let go of 39. Other being like vests and my little short jackets and also trousers are all in the other category, keeping 17 items and letting go of 17 items. And then for suits, I am keeping 17 suits and letting go of 3 of them. And then accessories, goodness knows I didn't count up what I'm ending up letting go of, but I will show you some of the items in a moment here. But in total, generally, I'm keeping 202 items, which is, yes, I have a thrifting and a sewing problem, thank you. I am a maximalist, and I went to school for fashion design. I've always loved clothes. This is just how it's going to be, unfortunately. And then I'm going to donate/sell 134 items, which comes out to 39.8% of my what I started with that I will be eliminating. So I'm getting rid of 40% of what I started with, and I feel very good about that, at least. It's more than I've ever decluttered before. Shockingly, this is me being harsh, funny enough. I know it seems like I'm keeping way too much, and technically I am, but again, I am a maximalist, and I like having lots of stuff. Ooh. And here are some wardrobe stats that I'm just going to throw in here. Some of my math probably is off in here because not my strong suit. I'm better at sewing than I am at even percentages, unfortunately. But here are some stats about my wardrobe and how much percentage-wise of it is made by me versus how much is bought or vintage or thrifted. Just because I thought it would be fun to know, since I was counting everything anyway and had to keep recounting each category dozens of times because for some reason I was getting messed up all over the place. I thought it would be fun to decide or to find out how much is made by me. So for skirts, out of the 42 that I will be keeping, still yikes, I made 27 of those, and I thrifted or bought vintage 15 of those. For tops, I am keeping 74, and out of those I made 21 of them and bought or thrifted 53. This, completely switches that sort of average, and that is because it's very easy to thrift blouses. I quite have a good time thrifting blouses out and shirts out there in the world. Now for dresses, this really is very weighted. Out of the 52 dresses that I'm going to be keeping, I made 49 of them and only bought or thrifted 3 of them. So 94% of my dresses I made myself. Then in the other category, which again is trousers, like short jackets, boleros, vests, I made 15 of those items that I'm keeping and then only bought 2 of them, which is actually my Pendleton 49er and then 1 pair of like 1950s style cigarette trousers. And then another category which really weights like my score towards the bought vintage side of things is suits, because of course out of my suits I have only made 3 of them and the rest are actually vintage suiting items. So I have 14 items that are all vintage. So only 18% of my suiting is made by me because I've only made 3 suits. So out of my 202 clothing items, 115 of them were made by me. Like very few of this, I didn't even do a percentage of this, but maybe like 5% like total, or like maybe 25% of the bought/vintage things. Very few items are like bought new-ish, like quite new, like from a retailer like ModCloth or something like that. The rest, it's all vintage or thrifted, really. I like going thrifting, So in total here, 57% of my wardrobe is me-made. Things I have sewn for myself, sewn myself for myself. Hopefully that makes sense. And I think this category would be very different if I wasn't able to thrift so many blouses and didn't have such a, affinity for vintage suiting. Those are the ones that really weight this in the other direction. But I am happy with at least over 50% of my wardrobe being made by me. Hi, me again. I'm also going to go ahead and go through all of my vintage accessories and decide if there is anything I'm willing to let go of. As we all know, I'm a big collector, curator, connoisseur of vintage accessories and costume jewelry. So I'm going to go ahead and off camera go through everything I own and decide if there's anything that doesn't need to live with me. If I really love things, I tend to collect them. However, especially if I find things for like a bargain, I really can't turn a good bargain down. It's one of my, cardinal sins of my life. But there are things that aren't necessarily my style, and that means I need to release them back out into the world. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all my accessories, and then I will show you what I decided to let go of, because that's going to be much easier, unfortunately, than going through everything. Again, if you want to see tours of various parts of my collection, I have videos here on the channel. Usually, if you just type in collections management, you'll see like all my vintage clutches, my gloves, a lot of my jewelry, so you can see different parts of my collection in more detail if you would like to. Also my closet tour video, but it would just be very long if we tried to go through all of that here on camera. I apologize. Here are the handbags and clutches I have decided to let go of. So I have a 1940s cord clutch here, another 1940s like faux leather clutch, a couple of 1950s clasp bags, some wigger handbags, just things that I have other items in my collection that I can wear instead, and I just don't really need these other duplicates of, so I'm going to let these ones go into my shop soon. Also, I have these 5 pairs of gloves I've decided to let go of, including those fancy crocheted 1930s yellow gloves there. I just don't wear enough 30s outfits, and it's not right for me to keep hold of them when someone else might be getting more use and love and joy out of them, so I'm going to let go of those. And I have like another pair of orange gloves, I have another pair of navy gloves, so I just don't need these duplicates again. And another category I have far too many of are silk scarves. Again, I pick these up for like 50 cents at the thrift store for 100% silk, sometimes designer scarves, so I find them very hard to resist. But here is a selection I've decided to go ahead and let go of, including in that train print scarf there in the front actually is a Celine silk scarf, so it's a designer one even. But these are just ones that I don't reach for often enough to warrant keeping them, unfortunately. I think we have around 11 scarves here. And then here is some of the costume jewelry, and 2 belts and a hat that I will be letting go of as well. Again, I just had to be a little bit strict with myself and look through my costume jewelry and look at things that I just never reach for anymore, or if I need something in this category, I have something else that I do reach for. Like you can see here in the front, this ivory celluloid carved necklace. I have another one that I like a little bit better, so I need to let this one go. Same with the rhinestone necklace next to it. I have other rhinestone necklaces I reach for first, so this is just getting rid again of duplicates or things I have bought a different version of that gets more wear. So all of this will eventually be coming to my shop. Hi again, still here. I'm also going to go ahead and insert a little bit of a mini closet tour here. Of course, my full closet tour you can still watch here, but there may be a few things that I changed how I store them, or just want to show you what they look like now that I've had a declutter. So I'll go ahead and show you that now. There was someone up in my room when I went to go and film these bits of my closet. So here is our supervisor, Cleo, who will be watching over us as we go through my closet a little bit here. And yelling about it, honestly. Here is my dresser that I showed you all in my closet tour last time, and this big central drawer used to have all of my clutch handbags in it, but now it just has my evening clutches and my like bigger cord, 1940s cord clutches are in here. So there are still some clutch handbags in here, but the rest have moved. I'll show you to where. And then also these thin drawers on top. I moved my Japanese Haori jackets into my other dresser and moved the jewelry stacks in here. So they're no longer stacked, they're all just laid out flat, and yes, this looks ridiculous. I would like to remind you that in my early 20s, instead of going out clubbing or drinking or socializing in any way, instead of making friends, I spent all those like random $10 instead of on a vodka soda on a brooch. So this is all vintage costume jewelry, none of it's worth very much individually, but yes, this is what I spent all my play money on in my 20s. Oops. And then here we have my closet. And yes, I know you're looking at those shoes already, we'll talk about it. On this side, we still have shoes on the floor, dresses on the hanging space, and also my long sleeve knits, and then clutch handbags on the shelf instead of shoes, and regular handbags above that. On this side, I still have my skirts, trousers, and then short jackets on the bottom, and then all of my tops, vests, and short sleeve knits on the top. And here are these shoes. Oh my goodness. Yes, these are a new edition. They are from Macy's. I was on Macy's looking for like shapewear or something, and it recommended these to me, and I thought, hey, you know what? Yes, I do need those. They were on sale. They're a very modern pointy heel, but I think you can see why I wanted them anyway. They do still have a few pairs of these left in the larger sizes, so I'll put the link in the description below because I know some of you want these too, and understand why I couldn't resist those. So those are a newer addition here in the closet. Goodness. But here on the back wall, I have gone through these 2 tie racks that I've had hanging here for ages, but they had so much like old tarnished Forever 21 jewelry from when I was in high school hanging on them still, clogging up these racks, and I finally cleared all of that away, and I'm going to donate all of that. So I got rid of all my old like long chain necklaces and stuff like that. Now I can actually get and see these belts, get to them and see them, so that's going to be nice, and it's just vintage jewelry hanging above there. Then again, on this rack, I took the shoes down and tried to figure out how to organize them on the floor so I could have all my clutch handbags in here above my dresses like this. And then this is all of my vintage handbag collection, all here in place together in rainbow order. I do need another navy handbag. That's the only color I'm really missing. Here are all my long-sleeved knits and sweaters. Again, sorry that I hang those. You can come for me, I know. And then here are all my long sleeve dresses. Those ones that I didn't show you, I'm sorry. I only have, again, 8 that I'm keeping, I said. This one is vintage that one of you sent me, so thank you. And these are all the rest of my dresses here on the velvet hangers. I am down to just wood hangers and velvet hangers in here, so it does look a little bit more consistent and boutique-like, which is always nice. And then back here we have this small lounge goth section of black jersey things that are for my comfiest of days, you know? I did want to show you one other new item I've added to my closet recently, and that is this 1950s handbag that is black patent leather, well, faux leather, with an oil slick rainbow finish. Oh my goodness, there was no way I could resist this, especially when it was only, wait for it, $10. That's right. For its oil slick handbag, there's no way I can resist that, so I had to have it. Here are all my tops, long sleeve blouses, short sleeve blouses, shirts I've made, vests, and then short sleeve knits up here on this top rack. And then below that, we have a rack of shoes, or a shelf of shoes. These are most of my Remix shoes and like Royal Vintage shoes, like these ones from Remix, which are literally divine, so there's that. But then down here on this lower rack, I have pleated skirts back here, then circle skirts, then other silhouettes, various, and then we have A-line skirts in here, and then we have wool pencil skirts, and then all the other pencil skirts. And then I have my short sleeve, like boleros and cotton jackets down here, and then the 4 pairs of trousers I kept. In my little jewelry case in here, I actually went through and organized all of this. Again, this looks very fancy and like I should be able to like sell it and buy in a private island, but this is stuff, like this red one was $7. This green and gold one, I bought the whole set with a pair of earrings and bracelet to match too for only $20. This black and gold one was $10. So it's just stuff I've collected over the last like maybe 12 years, and like every birthday and every Christmas, and inherited some pieces from family members and stuff like that. Some of you have sent me things, so thank you. So I know I'm a magpie and a hoarder and a maximalist, but I promise this is not like I didn't spend a mortgage level kind of amount of money on this. It's $5 here, $10 there over the last 12 years of my life. Then here on the floor, we still have my shoes, which if you've watched my shoe collection video here on the channel, you know I have a lot of shoes, including I now have the dark green Marylands because they went on super sale last year a couple of times from Royal Vintage Shoes, and I love this pump. It's my favorite, most comfortable pump, and I have the red, the green, and the black now, and I do have the navy blue on pre-order. They'll be coming next month. Excited about that. And speaking of blue shoes, I had these 2 pairs of metallic shoes from Bait, and this last Black Friday in 2020, I decided to treat myself to the last of the metallic colors I didn't have, this tealish blue. So now I have all of these like shiny, they look like a vintage car shoe, and they're actually quite comfortable from Bait Footwear. I will link those below as well. I hope you enjoyed this peek into my closet. Honestly, I sort of feel like I'm reaching almost nearer the end of my collecting journey after a decade of collecting vintage now. I have been able to find a bargain of most of the things I could have ever wanted. So I am very, very lucky and very privileged to have been able to build up this sort of collection and to have made, my wardrobe my hobby in some ways. Back again. So hopefully I've managed to downsize and declutter and curate down a little bit. Again, all of the things I've decided to let go of are eventually going to end up in my Etsy shop this year. It's just I have to wait until it's safe to reopen my Etsy shop before I can do that. Right now, it's not very safe for me to go to the post office often and things like that. So, or go buy shipping materials or even take things to the thrift store. I just don't feel very comfortable doing that yet because, of course, lockdown is still ongoing. But perhaps later in the year when I'm vaccinated and all that stuff and feeling a little bit safer, I will go ahead and reopen my Etsy shop and put all the things I'm deciding to let go of into my Etsy shop. And then hopefully raise a little bit of money, because this year one of my big goals is to pay off one of my student loans, and so hopefully this will help me a little bit along with that as well. Thank you all so much for sticking with me through this curation and decluttering process. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing a peek into my wardrobe, really, seeing some of the stuff that I'm keeping and some of the stuff I'm letting go, and I will see you all for some new sewing projects here real soon. Bye. Teen. Teen? Are you talking to me? Say hello, Bean.